Hello everybody, welcome to Redesign My Life. Today we're going to talk about the law of attraction. So a lot of us have watched all or parts of the movie The Secret, which talks about the law of attraction. It's one of those feel-good movies where they interview successful people and it starts making you feel all positive inside and that you can do anything. So for a few days I was feeling like I could do anything and The Secret was what I was needing. But then reality kicked in, and after analyzing the movie, I felt like it was missing many other components to help you become successful. That's when I googled the law of attraction, and bingo, I found out that there are a total of 12 universal laws attached to each other, and one of them is the law of attraction. Now I'm not going to cover all those laws because they aren't really needed to become successful, like the law of gender, which is you are either male or female. First thing I'm going to cover is the law of attraction. It demonstrates how we create things, events, and people that come into our lives. Our thoughts, feelings, and words and actions produce energies which in turn attract like energies. Negative energies attracts negative energies, and positive energies attracts positive energies. Now here's where most people go wrong. We are all guilty of it, but sometimes we only hear and see what we want to hear and see. And the laws are exactly the same way. We pick and choose what we want out of the laws. So this is the biggest part that most people choose to hear about with the law of attraction. In deeper detail, it states that all you have to do is ask, believe, and receive. And you hear Steve Harvey talk about it all the time. But he will say you will have to jump and get bruises and bumps. But he emphasizes ask, believe, and receive. And I see it on YouTube a lot too. So you are telling me all I have to do is ask for it and believe in it and receive it? If I do these three things, money, career, and love is going to happen for me? I can do all that in 5 minutes. Let me sit on the couch for the next 5 years and it will, quote, happen for me. If you watch certain excerpts of The Secret, the edited version, it looks like we don't have to do much. Just have positive thoughts of our visions, goals, and this other stuff in our minds and it will happen. Ask, believe, and receive. And that's what happens with a lot of people. They think of these positive affirmations and live life, and when things aren't happening for them, they get disappointed and discouraged, and they start thinking the law of attraction doesn't work. Where's the law that says you gotta work hard for what you want? You have to put yourself in the right situations. You have to practice, look to improve, and all this other stuff. Now we are going to connect more pieces together. We need to add these other laws to complete the full puzzle to becoming successful. Next, let's talk about the law of divine oneness. Everything is connected to everything else. What we think, say, do, and believe will have a corresponding effect on others and the universe around us. For example, I know a person in my life, they say and think negative stuff all the time and wonder how come people avoid them all the time, can't find a job they want. It's that negative energy that surrounds them. And then of course you have those positive people who have that positive energy about them where they say, think, and act positive, have all sorts of people that want to be around them, get the jobs they want and relationships they want. Law of action. This is the most important one right here. It must be employed in order for us to manifest things on earth. We must engage in actions that support our thoughts, dreams, emotions, and words. So there you go. A big piece of the puzzle is a lot of action. And remember, the action must correspond and support what we are trying to do. So if we are busy doing a lot of stuff like running errands or binge watching that doesn't connect with our goals and dreams, or working a dead-end job that doesn't connect with a job we want, and not working towards the job we want, then you are not really applying the law of action correctly. Law of cause and effect. Nothing happens by chance or outside the universal laws. Every action, including your thoughts, has a reaction or consequence. We reap what we sow. So cause and effect. Sometimes our actions we do now might not have a consequence or reward until many years later. For example, Steve Jobs, back when he was 19, he took a calligraphy class, and even though it was just one class that seemed insignificant, it was 10 years later he thought of that class and decided to add fancy script fonts to his software. And now all the writing documents have hundreds of fancy fonts thanks to Steve Jobs. Also, on the negative side, look at that Weinstein guy in the movie industry. All that bad stuff didn't come out until many years later. Law of cause and effect. Law of compensation. The universal law is the law of cause and effect applied to blessings and abundance that are provided for us. The visible effects of our deeds are given to us in gifts, money, inheritances, friendships, and blessings. Some people work crappy, low-paying jobs all their life. Unfortunately, the law of compensation applies. They're not going to get paid much. But they could be such a nice person, raise their family with love and respect, and feel blessed in their lives. In return, their family, kids, and friends love them with all their hearts. That's their compensation. The law of perpetual transmutation of energy. All persons have within them the power to change the conditions of their lives. High vibrations consume and transform lower ones. Thus, each of us can change the energies in our lives by understanding the universal laws and applying the principles in such a way as to affect change. Unfortunately, there are people in certain countries that aren't able to change their lives and conditions, but in more open, free, and democratic countries, you do have the freedom to change your life. You want to start a business, want to go back to school, want to take art classes, lose weight, want to change careers. You can do a lot of those things in your life as long as you apply the right laws to get you there. But just remember, some things we are trying to do might be really difficult and involve in lots of repetition, tries, failures, and mistakes. And that will take us into the next law, the law of relativity. Each person will receive a series of problems, tests, initiations, and lessons for the purpose of strengthening the light within when proceeding to solve the problems. This law also teaches us to compare our problems to others' problems into its proper perspective. No matter how bad we perceive our situation to be, there is always someone who is in a worse position. It's all relative. After reading this law, I'm thinking this sucks. So this means I will be tested with problems and issues, and if I'm good and resilient enough, I can pass the test, finally be rewarded. When I think of this law, I think about Tyler Perry, of how he failed for 6 years, spending a lot of money on a play people didn't show up to. And every problem he ran into, he gradually fixed them over time, editing the same play over and over and over again, changing production companies and venues, trying different methods. It's like a scientist. They see a problem and they want to solve and keep mixing and matching different things to see if they can find a solution to the problem. I also think about Colonel Sanders, of how he went around trying to sell his fried chicken. The problem was people kept turning him down. It took over 1,000 tries and sales pitches for him to convince one restaurant to try out his chicken. So for 1,000 tries, I viewed as he was practicing his sales pitch to all those other guys. Eventually, the way he delivered the sales pitch started working, hence started passing the test. There are so many tests and obstacles in life. Going to college will take you years and test your mental toughness to grind it out. You lost 6 pounds and the next 5 pounds will be a difficult test. You got the new job you want, but you still haven't reached your true goal of the salary you want. You will be tested to build skills and hang in there in the next few years till another job or opportunity happens for you. Even people in great and healthy relationships are always put to the test. Law of rhythm. Everything vibrates and moves to certain rhythms. These rhythms establish seasons, cycles, stages of development, and patterns. Each cycle reflects the regularity of God's universe. Masters know how to rise above negative parts of a cycle by never getting too excited or allowing negative things to penetrate their consciousness. Overall, don't let too much negative things get into your mind unless you are good at turning negative thoughts into positive action. Also, we need to get in this positive rhythm in life. People who are going to school are in a pattern and rhythm of studying, taking tests, projects, and doing all sorts of stuff. People who work out consistently are in that positive pattern and rhythm, lifting weights over and over, burning calories, running. People who play sports are in a pattern and practicing doing the same drills over and over and over again, trying to improve, working on mental and physical toughness. Overall, don't just ask, believe, and look to receive. Do these other laws together, and these things will start flowing for you. It's going to take time and won't be instant, but like anything else in life, these laws were put here for a reason. There's plenty of people who use these laws without knowing it. And for some of us, we need to learn or remind ourselves of these laws because we end up forgetting what we need to do to achieve something in life. If I had to create a few of my own laws that intertwine with this, it would be the law of persistency and determination, and the law of limitations. Law of persistency and determination would state that if you are persistent enough in your life, you will get what you are looking for. It might not be the exact thing, but it will somehow revolve around or be similar to what you are looking for. And the law of limitations, look, there's plenty of things I wish I could be good at, like basketball or singing, but there's a limitation on how high I can jump and how well I can sing. There's a limitation on how tall I am and what skills I have. I can practice all I want, but I would never be a pro basketball player. I can be a pretty good recreational player, but I can never reach that level. As an adult, we start figuring out our limitations of what we can be good at and what we suck at. But that shouldn't stop us from doing different things and trying to be the best version of ourselves that we can. Just because we suck at something now doesn't mean we can't get better and improve and be amazing at it. We just sometimes have to be realistic and admit that we aren't gifted with certain abilities, but there's certain other things that we can be great at, and that's what we should focus on. We're all here to strive for personal growth in our life. I'm Twan. Thanks for watching me as I try to redesign my life and apply these laws as you might be trying to do the same. Hit that like and subscribe button if you enjoy my content. See you next time.